my dear friends, and welcome back to another Star Wars news update. In today's video we're going to be talking about Obi-Wan Kenobi and more. As always my dear friends, before we dive into it, please may I ask you to hit that big red subscribe button if you've not done so, and also be sure to give that bell a good old tickle to be alerted each and every time that I post new videos. So without much further ado and without any more jibber jabber, let's dive straight into it. So yesterday I reported on the big leak by LRM Online that Thrawn and Ezra have been cast for The Mandalorian and Star Wars Ahsoka. But in their live stream they revealed some more details, but this time it relates to Obi-Wan Kenobi and not The Mandalorian. According to them, Temuera Morrison has not only been filming for the Book of Boba Fett, but also for Obi-Wan Kenobi. And the character he reprised is none other than Commander Cody himself. Appearances of Cody are going to be in flashback form, and it's also reported that a good portion of flashbacks in the show are going to be of the Clone Wars. They went on to say that there's been a big casting call for multiple clone troopers. So evidently this is really exciting for Clone Wars and prequels fans, and I think most of us are very eager to find out what happened to Commander Cody after Order 66. I've made an entire video about this, so go check that out if you've not done so already. The final piece of information that we're told about Obi-Wan Kenobi is that as well as LA, they're going to come here to the UK to film in Pinewood Studios. Pinewood Studios has been used by Lucasfilm for all 3 sequels. So as you guys can see, we have so much amazing Kenobi news to sink our teeth into, and it really has been non-stop all week. Now my dear friends, we're going to move on and talk about a poster that has gotten a lot of people jibber-jabbering. It's of Grogu and Luke, and we see Grogu's lightsaber being constructed with a yellow kyber crystal. Now while this is a very beautiful piece of art, unfortunately a lot of news outlets have been spreading misinformation about it. To be clear, this is fan art that has been officially licensed by Lucasfilm. It's absolutely gorgeous and gets me so hyped for The Mandalorian Season 3, or whichever show we're going to see Grogu and Luke in next. This piece of art was meant for this year's Comic-Con at home. Honestly, the artist captured the dynamic between Luke Skywalker and Grogu perfectly. What's gotten a lot of people talking is the colour of Grogu's lightsaber. It's yellow, much like the one that Luke had in the comics between The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, and of course the one that Rey has at the end of The Rise of Skywalker. Now while this poster is licensed by Lucasfilm, it's not canon. But for the sake of argument, I think it's worth talking about the possibility of Grogu having a yellow lightsaber and what it might mean if Lucasfilm choose that colour for him. Yellow lightsabers are a topic I've covered very briefly in the past, and I often get a lot of requests to talk about the lore surrounding kyber crystals and lightsabers, so let's do a deep dive, and then we're going to link it back to Grogu and Luke. Most of the Jedi in Star Wars typically use blue or green lightsabers, but they're not the only 2 options. There are purple lightsabers like Mace Windu, orange lightsabers like Yaddle, pink lightsabers like Mara Jade, yellow lightsabers like Luke, and of course Rey. Of all of these exotic colours, only purple and yellow are relevant to the movies. As for the others, they only appear outside of the films. Before The Rise of Skywalker, yellow lightsabers could only be found in video games like Fallen Order, numerous books in the Expanded Universe, The Clone Wars, and Rebels. In The Clone Wars, yellow lightsabers are wielded by the Jedi Temple Guard, though these were very different from the ones used by Luke, Rey, and now Grogu. The weapons used by the Temple Guard were double-bladed light pikes. As their title suggests, the Jedi Temple Guard were part of an ancient order whose sole purpose was to defend the Jedi Temple on Coruscant. Since yellow lightsabers are so rare in the Star Wars universe, there aren't any extremely well-known characters who have used them. A major character, Bastila Shan from Knights of the Old Republic, fought with a yellow lightsaber. While Jedi Master Plo Koon used a blue lightsaber in the movies, he also fought with a yellow lightsaber in some of his non-canon appearances. Another character who's used one in the past is the Star Wars Clone Wars character Asajj Ventress, but this happened in a tie-in book and not the actual animated series. So what does wielding a yellow lightsaber really mean, and who's that crystal for? In Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic video games, also called KOTOR, players can choose between 3 Jedi classes: the Guardian, the Sentinel, and the Consular. Each one has a default lightsaber colour, with the Sentinel's weapon being yellow. The game officially describes Sentinels as Jedi who ferret out deceit and injustice. They strike a balance between the physical and mental disciplines of the Jedi Order, which means that they're as adept with the Force as they are with their lightsaber. As this description indicates, the Sentinel acts as the game's balanced or well-rounded character, whereas the Jedi Guardian with their blue lightsabers focus their training on their combat skills, and the Jedi Consular insulars with their green lightsabers spent most of their time improving their connection to the Force. It was once described that yellow lightsabers are for Force users who are both combative but also reflective in the Force. While the game and the lore surrounding it are no longer canon, the sentiment behind it might not be entirely absent. There may also be meaning to be found in the fact that the Jedi Temple Guard always carried them. In fact, whatever lightsaber they used before was traded for a yellow double-bladed one. But we must ask, why did it have to be that colour? It's possible that it symbolises the Jedi Temple Guard's unwavering devotion to their duty of protecting the Jedi Temple at any cost. So bringing it back to Grogu, why does it matter that a yellow lightsaber has been chosen for him? Based on what we know from Clone Wars Rebels and KOTOR, it could shed some light on what Grogu will do with the rest of his Force-wielding life, either with Luke Skywalker or with Mando if he abandons his Jedi training. As I say though, it could be that Lucasfilm just chose yellow as the Kyber crystal because it's the one that Luke has in the Marvel comics. Another option, which I know is going to get a lot of hate, is that they might try to connect Grogu to Rey later on in the timeline. I don't want this to happen personally, but you never know, it's Disney Lucasfilm. What else can I tell you? So now my friends, let's take a look at what CBR have to say about this poster. Star Wars The Mandalorian poster may spoil Luke and Grogu's Jedi training. The Mandalorian's Grogu might not yet be big enough to wield a lightsaber, but he might just be adept enough to build one in a new officially licensed wall poster from Shop Trends. And it might just foreshadow what's in store for the character after his most recent appearance in the Disney Plus series. The poster, illustrated by Russell Walks and entitled Size Matters Not, shows Grogu, still known as Baby Yoda by many, force levitating pieces of an unassembled lightsaber. A Mandalorian-era Luke Skywalker stands behind him, likewise levitating what's likely a yellow kyber crystal, the source of the lightsaber's power. The illustration could possibly serve as a peek into Luke's eventual training of the young Force wielder in the ways of the Jedi Knights. While Grogu in the series was able to skillfully use the Force in the series, he has yet to be seen wielding a lightsaber. In Star Wars lore, constructing a lightsaber is known to be part of a Jedi's training. Will Grogu ultimately wield a yellow lightsaber like Rey Skywalker eventually does? Time will tell, but in the meantime, fans can order the poster directly from Shop Trends. But what do you guys think? What did you make of this poster? And what do you also think of the Obi-Wan Kenobi news? This is such an amazing time to be a Star Wars fan, so let me know all of your thoughts in the comments down below. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please be sure to give me a big fat thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're brand new and a huge welcome if you are, and also be sure to give that bell a good old tickle to be alerted every time I post new videos. Also, my dear friends, check out my Patreon, the link is in the description down below, and you get exclusive access to content that's not found here on YouTube. Otherwise, I'm Star Wars Meg, wishing you all a phenomenal rest of the day, no matter where you dwell in the galaxy. Have a good one.